I got my driver's license the year that you were born. I just had gone out for a little joyride. We came home and nobody was in the house. And so I think I realized that Mom must have gone to the hospital to have you. So then we tried to go down to the hospital and the car broke down on Domini. And so then we had to call the police to take us. The police took us to the hospital.
I was born in Chicago, and then I pretty much grew up in Seattle. I actually moved to Amsterdam when I was 15 with a very good friend of mine's family. I would go to Paris on the weekends to visit a friend of mine's grandmother who looked like Catherine Deneuve, and we would walk around the Pompidou Museum and go to a local theater and see a film together. And I don't think I even understood how magical it was.
My parents moved to Los Angeles, and that's where I was born and raised.
I was off to university the year that she was born. Whenever I would go home to visit, I had a bike at home and I put a baby seat on the bike, and I even had a little wicker basket. Remember when I put you in the wicker basket?
Mm-hmm. It's amazing having all my sisters in the city. We, in some way or another, all interact in a professional way. Whether we're, all going to the same event or doing some kind of collaborative job together. I do these videos for Tucker.
When I was in college, a friend of mine asked me to do styling. When you would go into a designer's showroom, you felt like, oh my goodness, I'm, get to see something that nobody's going to see for a couple months. If we couldn't find something, I would design it. People would stop me and, ask me where it was from, and that really compelled me to think about starting a line. And I just went to the kiosk in Midtown and got a printout of all the factories. Here you are in New York City, where women could be wearing anything, and I'm standing on this one street, and the two women besides myself also wearing Tucker, we're in Tucker, and everything that I've learned has been trial by fire.
Definitely every day we're Tucker. It appeals to so many different kinds of people. So I feel like I wear it completely different than Gabby does. I love to wear them as suits. I'm really into that. I'm wearing this full on Tucker outfit. I like to have sort of a spirit to what I'm wearing. The lingerie I'm wearing has to match perfectly with the same genre of what I'm wearing on the outside, even though nobody will see it that day. It's what I feel. I feel like it's a whole well-composed outfit altogether.
I went to Barney's over the weekend and I got this Jill Saunders shirt in the men's department. I really love these shoes. They're so comfortable. I got 2 pair because, I was afraid that one would break.
My friend Coco gave it to me. It was from a flea market in Argentina, but it looks like a little vintage doctor's bag.
Vintage Calvin Klein jeans, but they're extraordinary. They were my grandmother's, who's 94.
It's my dad's ring. It's his initials, actually. RP. I think it was his ring from when he was 13.
The Tucker skirt, Tucker blouse. I do wear mostly Tucker, minus shoes and hats and jackets. This is black denim, this leather jacket.
My hair has been this long, really my whole life, but I always wear my hair up. I would never wear my hair down to work. It's just with the time that transpires in the day, my hair exponentially gets bigger vertically, so just I end up with this diva look at the end of the day.
This thing you can wear as a little tie or foulard. You can wear it in your hair as a ponytail, put it on the back of your pants. It's just, one of these little pieces that we do with our fabrics.
I really came from this sort of social justice background. I had actually interned at the Innocence Project with my sister when I was in high school. I made this documentary where I was working for 2 years with this man, Barry Gibbs, who had been wrongfully imprisoned. He was an exoneree from the Innocence Project, and so that was sort of how I started off in film.
I don't really distinguish between free time and non-free time. It's time is time, and I love what I do when I'm working, and I, love having a family life, and they're trying aspects to both, and sometimes you're like, whoa. But there's something very, very empowering about, seeing oh, your mom made something. There's, it's so fundamental to just make things. My mom was just fiercely determined.
She was able to have an total crazy career and also 3 children when she was 25 years old. And Gabby certainly, has mastered being a mother of 3, having her own business, and, having a million other projects and things going on all of the time. And actually, where she differs from my mother is that she always remains very cool and level-headed. I was with her in Paris when, we found out that the studio had burned down. She always says this to me when I call her in crisis, but she's just well, we go on, and that's her sort of motto towards life.
Both of us have a bit of that, unstoppable, what other people would consider to be improbable, we just consider, completely possible.